Good morning, everybody. I be Sandhya Rani, Department of Chemistry, JDC Mobile. Today we are going to discuss about metal carbonyls. In this chapter, we will discuss about the introduction of metal carbonyls and the effective atomic number, that is EAN or 18 valency electron rule. Then the classification of metal carbonyls. Then fourth one is the preparation and properties of the metal carbonyls and its structures. Before going to the chapter, we will discuss about the introduction about the metal carbonyls. Here in these compounds, carbon monoxide act as a ligands, as a neutral ligands. So the compounds which the metal carbonyls are coordination complexes of transition metals with carbon monoxide as a ligands in low oxidation states is called metal carbonyl compounds. In these complexes, carbon monoxide act as a neutral ligands. Most of them are these compounds are liquid or volatile solids. In general, these compounds obey 18 electron rule. Most of the metal carbonyls are diamagnetic except vanadium hexacarbonyl because it is diamagnetic because their outermost orbital are completely filled with filled electrons and it obeys 18 electron rule. So these compounds have no vacancy electron, that is valency electrons, except to vanadium hexacarbonyl. That's why these compound possesses diamagnetic. And due to diamagnetic, they are poor conductors of electricity, and solid carbonyls are sublime at low temperature. They can undergo sublimation. These are soluble in organic compounds. These compounds are thermodynamically unstable. They undergo aerial oxidations with different rates. This is the introduction about metal carbonyls. Then we will go for the preparation of metal carbonyls. First of all, first method is the compound nickel tetracarbonyl is prepared with metal nickel and added with 4 carbon monoxide as a ligand at 60 degrees centigrade and 1 atmospheric pressure and gives a nickel tetracarbonyl. Then iron molecule combined with 5 moles of carbon monoxide at 200 degrees centigrade at 100 atmosphere pressure and gives carbonyl pentacarbonyl iron 2 compound will be formed. Then the second method of preparation is the reduction of metal salts and oxides. In this, the metal salts react with oxides, undergo a reduction reaction. It will give the metal carbonyl compounds. For example, chromium chloride and added with aluminum and 6 moles of carbon monoxide and gives chromium hexacarbonyl and aluminum chloride. This is another type of reaction to make a preparation method of metal carbonyls. And third one is the preparation of dinuclear carbonyls from mononuclear carbonyls, that is photolysis or thermolysis in presence of UV radiation. That's why it is called photolysis, or using any heat, that is called thermolysis. In presence of UV radiation, the iron pentacarbonyl, 2 molecules of iron pentacarbonyl react with together and form the dinuclear carbonyl compound. This is another method to prepare the carbonyl compounds. Next, we will prepare how to preparation methods of metal carbonyls in direct combination. In direct combination, only nickel tetracarbonyl and iron pentacarbonyl and chromium dicobalt octacarbonyl are normally obtained by the action of carbon monoxide on the finely divided metal at suitable temperature and pressure. At different temperature and pressure only, these will be directly combined with together and give the metal carbonyls. First of all, we will see nickel, solid nickel is react with carbon monoxide gas at 30 degrees centigrade and 1 atmospheric pressure gives nickel tetracarbonyl 1. Then iron solid combined with 5 moles of carbon monoxide gas at 200 degrees centigrade and 200 atmospheric pressure and give the carbonyl pentacarbonyl iron 1. Then cobalt 2 moles of cobalt react with 8 moles of carbon monoxide gas at 150 degrees centigrade at 35 atmospheric pressure and gives dicobalt octacarbonyl compound. Then how these are formed? The bond, how it will be formed, we will discuss about now. Formation of sigma bond. The overlapping of empty hybrid orbitals on metal atom with the filled hybrid orbitals on carbon atom of carbon monoxide molecule through lone pair electron result into the formation of metal carbonyl sigma bond. This is the formation of sigma bond, that is carbonyl carbon will combine with metal atom filled hybrid orbitals. So further the resultant formation of sigma bond will be formed. Then how pi bond will be formed? Formation of pi bond by back donation. This bond is formed because of overlapping of filled d pi orbitals or hybrid dp pi orbitals of metal atom with anti-bonding of pi orbitals on carbon molecule. Like that, in carbonyl compounds, sigma and pi bonds will be formed. Then we will discuss about the effective atomic number or 18 valency electron rule, that is EAN rule. EAN is defined as the sum of the electrons on the metal and the electrons donated by the ligands. The total should be equal to the atomic number of noble gas element. That is denoted as an equation EAN is equal to Z plus 2L or EAN is equal to Z, that is the atomic number minus oxidation of metal plus how many electrons are donated by the ligand to the metal atom, that is 2 into L. So EAN denoted as Z minus oxidation state of metal plus 2L, and it is also called as the 18 valency electron rule. That is the sum of the electrons on the metal plus the electron donated by the ligands is also called the effective atomic number, that is Z. And when it is equal to the noble gases or zero group elements, that is equals to the, that is atomic number of krypton 36 or xenon 54 or radon 86, the effective atomic number EAN rule is said to be obeyed. So the whole number of EAN total is equal to, must be equal to the inert gas electron configuration. In these cases, the outer electronic configuration corresponds to ns2 n minus 1 D10 NP6 with 18 electrons in the valence shell. It is therefore referred to as 18 electron rule in the case of mononuclear carbonyl, with the exception of vanadium hexacarbonyl. All other obey 18 electron rule except hexacarbonyl vanadium. In molecular orbital terminology, the 18 electron rule is generalization relating to the usage of 5n-1d orbitals, 1 ns orbital and 3 np orbitals. A complex species is stable whenever the sigma bonding and sigma non-bonding orbitals are completely occupied and the sigma star, that is anti-bonding orbitals, are empty. The rule is therefore restrictive to strong field ligands such as carbon monoxide. The 18 electron rule suggestive that all electrons in the valence shell should participate in bonding. Metals with odd atomic numbers can't satisfy the 18 electron rule by the simple addition of carbon monoxide as a ligand. Because there are several options of such metal ions to attain the 18 electrons. That are, first one is the formation of an ion, then second one is the formation of carbonyl halide or carbox or hydroxide, and third one is the formation of dimers. Because of these reasons, they cannot attain simply addition of carbon monoxide as a ligand to, they can't attain 18 electron rule. This is some exceptions in EAN rule. Then we will go some examples how they are attaining EAN rule to get zero group element configuration, that is 18 valence electron rule. First of all, we will go for the nickel tetracarbonyl or tetracarbonyl nickel 0. Here number of electrons from nickel is, that is the electron configuration of nickel is the 4s2 and 3d. These are the outermost electrons, that is total 10 electrons is there. Then ligands donated to the metal ion, that is nickel, is the 4 into 2, that is 8 electrons. So total is 18 electrons. So this is attained 18 argon electron configuration. Then another one is the pentacarbonyl iron 0. Here iron is electron configuration is, last one valency electron configuration is 4s2 3d6. So outermost valency electrons are total in 8 electrons. The ligand's number is 5, so penta means 5. So 2 into 5, 10 electrons. So total is 18 electrons. So these compound also attain the argon electron configuration. Then another one is the hexacarbonyl chromium. Here also the valency electron of chromium is 24 and the ligands are 6. So it donated 2 into 6. By each ligand donate 2 electrons. That's why 2 into 6 total is 36. It is also attained the krypton electron configuration. That already we are discussed about that. When you accept vanadium, hexacarbonyl vanadium doesn't attain the EAN rule. So this atomic number of vanadium is 23 plus 12. Carbonyls are 6. So ligands are 6. 6 into 2 is 12. So the total number of electrons is 35 only. So it doesn't attain the 18 valency electron rule. This is the exceptional case. When compared to the hexacarbonyl tungsten, here tungsten atomic number is 74, then electron then ligands are 6, so 6 into 2 12, so 74 plus 12 total becomes 86. It is also attained radon electron configuration, that is the zero group element, that is radon electron configuration. Then we will see some metal complexes effective atomic number. Here hexacarbonyl chromium, we see the loss of electrons in formation of complex is 0. So its atomic number, chromium atomic number is 24, ligands are 6, so total number of electrons donated by ligands are 2 into 6 is 12 electrons, so 24 plus 12, that is 36. So it attains the krypton configuration. Then come to the hexacyanoferrate 2. Here the formation of electron, here charge -4 is there, complex on head, the charge in the total net charge is -4, so cyanides are -1, so here 6 minus, so the iron possesses the oxidation number +2. So total net charge may be on the complex is -4. So here the electrons lost by metal atom iron is 2, that is 26 minus 2 is 24. Then how many ligands is there? 6 ligands. So it donated each one 2 electrons. 6 into 2 is the 12. So 26 minus 2 plus 12, that is 24 plus 12 is 36. It is also attained EAN rule. Then another one is the pentacarbonyl iron. Here the 0, here net charge is no net charge, so that's why iron doesn't loses any electron in the formation of complex. So here atomic number of iron is 26 and ligands are 5, so total number of electrons donated by ligand is 5 into 2 10, so atomic number 26 plus 10, and that is the total number is 36. It is also attained krypton valency rule, krypton electron configuration. Then another one is the tetracarbonyl nickel 0. Here in this complex also nickel doesn't loses any electrons, so there is in the complex there is a net charge is 0. So here the atomic number of nickel is 28 and the ligands are 4. Each ligand donates 2 electrons. 4 into 2 is 8. Then 28 plus 8 total is 36. It is also attained the krypton electron configuration. Then next one is tetracyano-copper 3. Here net charge is 3 minus 3. So copper loses one electron in the formation of complex. So the atomic number of copper is 29 and the ligands are 4 and the total electrons donated by ligand is 4 into 2 8. So here VEAN is equal to 29 minus 1, that is 28, plus 8 equal to 36. So total number of electrons is 36. It is also attained the krypton electron configuration. Then we will discuss about the hexaamino cobalt 3. Here in the net charge in the complex is +3. So in the formation of complex, the cobalt will loses 3 electrons. So and the ligands donated to the metal ion is 6 into 2 amino groups are neutral groups, that is it donates 6, so 6 into 2 12. Here cobalt loses 3 electrons, that's why 27 minus 3, that is 24, and plus 12 electrons is, that is totaling 36. So it is also attained krypton electron configuration. Then here the typical complex is there, that is hexacyanoferrate 3. In this complex the net charge is minus 3. So in the formation of complex, iron loses 3 electrons, that's why here net charge minus 3, cyanos are minus 1, so 6 cyano groups are there. So atomic number of iron is 26, it loses 3 electrons, then it becomes 23, and 6 ligands are there, that is 6 into 2, that is 12. So 23 plus 12 is equal to 35. So this is the exceptional case, it doesn't attain the krypton electron configuration. Some exceptions are there. Then go to the next one and last one, hexaamino nickel 2 plus. Here the net charge is 2 plus, that's why nickel atom, when the formation of complex, it loses 2 electrons. So atomic number of nickel is 28, it loses 2 electrons, that's why then become 28 minus 2 is 26. Here 6 ligands are there, 6 into 2 12, so 26 plus 12 is equal to 38. So it is also doesn't attain the 18 valency electron, that is the inert gas configuration. So it is also deviate from EAN rule. Then we will see EAN values next inert gases. Some complexes already we have seen, nickel, tetracarbon nickel, the atomic number is 28, the EAN value 36, so it attains the krypton, the adjacent organic inert gas krypton electron configuration it will get. Then pentacarbonyl iron, the atomic number 6, the number of losses of electrons is 0, so 36, EN value is 36, it is also attained krypton electron configuration. Then chromium, hexacarbonyl chromium, chromium atomic number is 24, EN value is 36, it attains nearby inert gas krypton electron configuration. Then come to the hexacarbonyl molybdenum, the atomic number of molybdenum is 42, then EN value is 54, it attains the nearby inert gas xenon electron configuration. Then come to the pentacarbonyl ruthenium, the ruthenium atomic number is 44, the EN value, that is 5 into 2 is the 10 electrons, so 44 plus 10 54, it is also attains the nearby inert gas, that is xenon electron configuration. Then hexacarbonyl tungsten wolfram, it is also attain the inert gas configuration, its atomic number is 74, and ligands are 6, so 6 into 2 12, 12 plus 74 is equal to 86, then it attains the rhenium electron configuration. Then come to the cobalt. Cobalt doesn't attain the such, for example tetracarbonyl cobalt, pentacarbonyl cobalt or hexacarbonyl cobalt compounds doesn't attain the EN values, so EN values are 35, 37, 39, that is the beyond the inert gas configuration, so it doesn't obey the EAN value. Then how we will calculate? We can solution, how can we calculate the En values? For example, predict the molecular formula of carbonyl of nickel and iron with the help of EAN rule. The oxidation state of nickel and chromium is 0 in these carbonyl compounds. How do we calculate? First one, nickel atomic number is 28. Then EAN is 36. Why? Because it attained the nearest is the EAN value is the nearest noble gas krypton configuration it will get. So number of electrons provided by carbonyl compounds are 36 minus 28, that is 8. So since each carbonyl provides 2 electrons, thus the total number of carbonyl ligands is 8 by 2 is equal to 4. So from this we can calculate the formulae. Molecular formula of nickel carbonyl is tetracarbonyl nickel. Like that we will also calculate the pentacarbonyl iron. The atomic number of iron is 26. The next inert noble gas krypton, the En value of iron is 36. So number of electrons provided by ligands is 26. So 36 minus 26 is equal to 10. So since each carbonyl provides 2 electrons, thus 5 into 2 is 10. So total number of carbon ligands is 10 by 2 is equal to 5. So the molecular formula of iron carbonyl is pentacarbonyl iron. Like that we can calculate the formula of that carbonyl compounds. For this, today we conclude this lesson. We will discuss tomorrow. Thank you. ఎన్ని నిమిషాలు వచ్చింది?